Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today I will talk about Kamala Dash, who is an Indian poet and author born in 1934. She died in 2009. She is very famous for her confessional poetry. You can say that she is a pioneer of confessional poetry in India. Her works are mainly written in English and in Malayalam, and in her works, the tone that she maintains is very feminine. She expresses her experience about love. And these experiences, sometimes they are good, sometimes they are not. So, yes, and she focuses on her personal experience rather than the colonial one. So here is Kerala. You can see that it is like in the south of India. And let's look at her style of writing. So she is very open and she is very honest about female sexuality. She explores herself and without feeling any guilt. She often talks about urban life and about the traditional gender roles that Indian women have. Also, the dilemma, feminine sensibility, and rebellion against what? Against patriarchy. And she's, as I mentioned before, she is very famous for her confessional poetry. Alright, let's have a look at the issues that she deals with in her works. First of all, she is always in search of an identity as a woman. So, where do actually women stand in this man dominated world? She's always searching for that identity, so she's very self conscious, and she is also always looking for love. And this quest for love, it most of the times proves to be unsuccessful, which gives her a sense of incompleteness. Then you'll also find religious and domestic imagery that help her to explore her identity, and she shares intensely personal experiences, and she talks about the matriarchal rural South Indian life. So these are some of her works. You can see that she has some poetry collections like Summer in Kolkata, The Descendants. She has an English novel called Alphabet of Lust. Then short story collection, maybe this is a doll for the child prostitute. Then she has some she has a short story collection and a memoir, Memories of Childhood. Then the short story collection is called Tanupu, which means cold. So her best known work was probably her own autobiography, which was published in the columns of a weekly magazine. And later in life, she confessed that some of the things that she wrote in her autobiography, they were fictional. Now, let's have a look at Kamala Dash as a confessional poet. First of all, what is confessional poetry? So, it is a kind of poetry where the poets, they openly discuss very personal and private topics or their own views about death, trauma, depression, relationships, and many other issues. And this type of poetry, it emerged in the mid 20th century. So here, here the poet takes the readers into confidence, and they share their secrets with the readers. One of the most famous confessional poets is Sylvia Plath. Um, and Kamala Das is, as I mentioned before, a pioneer of confessional poetry in India. So, in her works, you will see that she openly and very, very honestly she talks about her own experiences. So, yes, that is all you need to know as a very short introduction about her. I will discuss 3 poems in my later videos. So, thank you so much for listening to this lecture.